Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth, a holistic health and embodiment coach, here to help you, give you simple, actionable steps towards feeling your healthiest, most vibrant, and embodied self. Today, I want to talk about a beautiful and powerful way to nourish your body, eating seasonally and locally. This is something that we've gotten pretty far away from in our modern world today, but returning to this rhythm can do wonders not only for your health, but also for the planet. And it's a topic we're discussing in my weekly newsletter and monthly membership. But before we begin, don't forget to check out the links in the description box below for all the ways that you can work with me and for the resources that I offer to help improve your health, including my wellness monthly membership, my weekly newsletter, discounts on all my favorite wellness products, and so much more. Now let's dive into why today's topic matters and how to start syncing your meals with the seasons. For most of human history, people ate what was growing around them at that time of year. We weren't eating strawberries in December or apples flown in from across the world. We ate with the rhythms of the earth, and our bodies were nourished in alignment with those natural cycles. But today, we have 24/7 access to almost any food at any time of year. And while that convenience has its perks, it's really disconnected us from the wisdom of eating seasonally and locally. Why does eating with the seasons matter? When you eat seasonally, you're consuming foods that are at their peak of ripeness, which means they're naturally higher in nutrients and antioxidants. Think about biting into a fresh tomato in the middle of the summertime. It's juicy, it's sweet, it's packed with flavor, and also nutrients. Now compare that same tomato that you're eating in January that's been shipped thousands of miles, not the same. It's seasonal foods that are often fresher, more nutrient dense for you, less likely to be sprayed heavily with chemicals, especially if it's something that's bought locally or organic, and bonus, they taste way better. Your body also craves different foods in different seasons, and that's another reason why being in tune with your body is so important. In summer, we naturally crave things like hydrating foods that are lighter, like cucumbers, melons, leafy greens, and berries, for example. But in winter, we tend to want warming, grounding foods like root vegetables, soups, and stews. When we honor this, we're not just eating healthier, we are also syncing up with nature's design, and that is very powerful. After all, we don't just live in nature, we are nature, right down to every cell of your body that's made up of the food that you consume that grows in nature. So here's something that doesn't get talked about nearly enough, if you ask me, and that's the nutritional value of the food today that is not what it used to be. Because due to modern farming practices, soil depletion, and the overuse of things like synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, the mineral and vitamin content of our produce has dropped significantly over the past 50 to 70 years. Studies show that many conventionally grown fruits and vegetables today contain 20 to 40% fewer nutrients than they did only decades ago. And that's a huge impact on your health. So basically, even if you're eating what you consider healthy, if you're relying on conventionally grown out of season produce, you might not be getting the nourishment that you think you are. This is where buying local and organic, when possible, can make a big difference in your overall health. When you buy locally, your food is fresher, often picked within days and not weeks. It also supports small farmers and your local economy. And it also helps reduce your carbon footprint by minimizing transportation emissions from your food being flown or driven across the country or the world. When you buy organic, you're reducing your exposure to pesticides, herbicides, and GMOs. You're supporting healthier soil and more sustainable farming practices, and you're often getting more antioxidants and nutrients per bite. If organic isn't always in your budget, then that's okay. You can use tools like the Dirty Dozen list or the Clean 15 lists to help prioritize where to spend your money more efficiently. Want to take it a step further than that even? You can even grow your own backyard garden, even a small one. Herbs and leafy greens and tomatoes and peppers are great starter plants that you can grow in things like even containers on your patio like I do, or a small balcony if you live in an apartment. I grow one every year, and I find a lot of joy in not only eating all the fresh produce and herbs grown right in my backyard, but also just in the process of, being in nature and even planting it and taking care of it along the way until it's picked. You could also consider joining something like a CSA, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture, which I also am a member of, because I can get so much more local organic produce than what I can grow in my own backyard, and often at a far cheaper price too, because let's be real, those grocery store prices are not coming down anytime soon, unfortunately. So it's a great way to save money. And it's also a beautiful way to get a weekly or monthly box of fresh seasonal produce straight from a local farm. It's convenient, it's budget friendly, and it helps you discover new foods that you might not have otherwise tried, which is also great for your gut health because your gut microbiome thrives on diversity. So the more foods and different types that you eat, the healthier your gut's gonna be. In my June membership content, I've actually created a full set of plant-based wellness resources that are designed to help you add more fresh seasonal foods into your routine with ease. All of this is designed to help you feel more vibrant, more balanced, and more deeply nourished inside and out. So, how can you start eating more seasonally and locally, you might be wondering. Here are a few great and easy steps. You can visit your local farmers market this weekend and see what's in season that you might want to buy. You can also incorporate 1 to 2 fresh veggies or fruits into each meal this week. You could try a plant-based recipe once a day, even if it's just a smoothie or a salad. You can grow a small backyard garden, like I mentioned, starting with simple things like herbs like basil, mint, cilantro, chives, or parsley, to name a few. You can look into a local CSA that I mentioned, or a far box delivery service that's near you. Your body is connected to nature, and when you nourish yourself in alignment with the seasons, you unlock deeper health, energy, and vitality. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone that you care about who might need this message today. Also, check out the description box for the links to sign up for my free weekly newsletter and social media, where you can find so much more wellness content like this. I'd love to support you on your seasonal wellness journey. See you in the next video.